Well, I think initially it was coming from the sort of genre films from the 70s, the sort of Eurosleaze films, such as Jez Franco, Jean Roland, Borovchik, but also, Radley Metzger and Jules Jekin, the Emmanuel films and so on, The Story of O. And I think, a lot of those films are sort of kind of laughed at or disregarded. They're kind of slightly embarrassing, but there's something in those films which you can kind of, it's kind of a bit like dumpster diving. You sort of go through the trashier bits to find some moments which are really poetic and unlike anything else in cinema. I mean, some of the Franco films, the early 70s specifically, phenomenal stuff, just unlike anything I've seen. Just these very strange portals into this kind of fantastical psychosexual world. So really it was just taking some of the stereotypes from those films, taking the female lovers, the sadomasochism. I mean, the end film is nothing like a Jez Franco film. That was not intentional. I think you just use it as a starting point, and it just goes somewhere different as you write it. I think it became a much more. It almost ended up like Terry and June in the end, but I think at the beginning, no. I think it started off with genre. There were various versions. There was one with men in. The women had jobs, but I think the job element kind of, the social element comes in a bit too much. The class element comes in too much, and I just thought, why don't we have these women who are completely decadent? They just lounge around in this huge house. No one knows how they make their money. And it is so. Hopefully, it's so absurd that you just stop questioning the whole thing. But where are the men? Are they in the next village, or are there just no men at all? So really, I just wanted to kind of really hone in on the sort of dynamics of this relationship and make that the main sort of centre of attention. Well, the Duke of Burgundy, I liked it because it was. I mean, it was the one concession to a masculine presence in the film. I mean, obviously, it comes from the butterfly in the film. I liked it also because it was a bit misleading. I like misleading titles which are playfully misleading. Such as I think my favourite one is Throbbing Gristle's 20 jazz funk greats. So I think, but really, it's not a literal title. It just seemed to work. I mean, for me, it's more about recognizing something in yourself. I mean, that's what I get off on when I make films. It's for the audience seeing a world which is alien to them, whether it's what the characters do or the actual place, seeing something that eventually, when you get past a certain barrier, you kind of see, okay, well, maybe, the activities or the setting might not be relevant, but the emotions behind it are. So I think that's, for me, making something which is quite unrealistic and absurd, but hopefully there's an inner truth or inner logic to that, hopefully.